Greetings from Columbus, Ohio. We're coming to you from the site of CaJohn's Fiery Foods. I'm Joe Levinson from the Hot Zone Online. This is John Hard from CaJohn's Fiery Foods. And we here at the Hot Zone are doing something that we said that we would probably never do, which is make a video. So the reason that we're going to do this is that I was talking with John recently about some things in regards to the industry, and he had confided in me that there's some things that he wanted to get off his chest and talk about. So rather than write a 50-page article that no one would read, we're going to go ahead and film this. And this way people have an opportunity to hear it directly from John and from me, and we can just kind of have a conversation about sort of what's been going on. And this way everyone who chooses to watch this video will be able to hear the whole story. So we'll get started. I guess we'll start with this, John. Looks like you've been on a little bit of a diet.
Well, a little bit of a forced diet.
A little bit of forced diet.
A little bit of health issues that just kind of sprang up right before Christmas last year.
Okay. Well, I know that you're dealing with a lot of stuff. I know because I live here and I talk to you, but a lot of people don't. So why don't you tell the people who are watching kind of what evolved over the holidays and kind of lead us to where we are now?
Well, about the 1st of November last year, I noticed that I had a growth in my beard underneath my jaw, and went through the first couple months there just trying to find out what it was with different diagnoses and things, and they said that it wasn't cancer. Well, the one thing I didn't want to do was come out and tell everybody I had cancer and create a whole bunch of
cancer
negative,
hysteria. Yes.
Hysteria on that. But the end of January, it was determined that it indeed was cancer. It was a tonsil cancer caused by HPV virus, a human papilloma virus, something that I had never even heard of.
Probably most people haven't heard of it, but it's. I know from having talked to you and from having done a little bit of research on it that, sadly, this is a type of cancer which is becoming a lot more popular and prevalent nowadays. So
yeah.
Go ahead.
And it's really not fun. But, February 8th, I had surgery to remove the cancer in my throat, and I was lucky that things just kind of fell right, and I healed enough to be able to go to Albuquerque. And I was 3 weeks into my chemo and radiation, and was able to go to New York. So there was a lot of people that looked at me and said, "What the heck is going on with you?" Because of course I was dropping weight, and I was losing my beard and all sorts of things going on at the same time. And I just really didn't want to come out and do to scare people and say that, CaJohn's not going to be around anymore. But now looking at it, the prognosis is really good, and I just wanted to let people know what's kind of going on and why I look so different.
Right. Tell us what they've told you as far as the prognosis is concerned.
Well, the prognosis is they believe that they've got all the cancer. I go in on the 14th of June for a PET scan, which will see if there is any cancer left. We trust at this point that there's not, but I should just be able to be checked a couple times a year over the next 5 years, and I've got a really, really high percentile of survivorship through 5 years.
Excellent. And obviously you've been through how much chemo and radiation right now?
33 treatments of radiation and 2 treatments of chemo. The chemo really tore me up. I was supposed to go through 3, but they decided that the 3rd one wasn't all that necessary. Good.
So what do you have left at this point to complete as far as the active part of the treatment?
Just at the PET scan.
Okay.
Which I'm sure you know what that is, and you might be able to explain it a little bit better than what.
Well, a PET scan, for those of you watching, is just it's a nuclear scan that looks into your body, and things that are very metabolically active will light up on the scanner. And typically things that are metabolically active like that in discrete places, or you're either growing as an infant, or it's cancer. You see a lot with, you know, bones that are growing, things like that will be metabolically active. On a PET scan, you'll see it in particular lymph nodes and sometimes in bones, of cancers in bone, things like that. So if lots of things light up on the PET scan, it means that, you know, there's cancer, you know, could be cancer in those places. So, and that's an overly simplified view of it.
But on the personal side of it, the thing that I want most is to be able to eat again. I've been on, pretty much for 4 months, I've been on a liquid type diet, drinking power shakes and things of that nature. And I'm really anxious to get some tacos and burritos and nachos and chili dogs and chili and all that good food.
I bet when you're through this and you're able to eat normally again, you'll probably won't eat a milkshake again for 10 years.
Oh, there's a good chance I won't, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
But the thing is we've gotten along fine. CaJohn's has continued to operate. We've just been humming right along. Sue and Steve and Lisa have all kind of stepped up and taken care of things. And you know, I'll be back here full time within a couple weeks, and we really haven't missed a beat. And that's kind of the way that I wanted it to play out.
I mean, obviously I know from the way that you've been, as far as your business is concerned, is, you know, pretty hands-on and involved, and this has obviously kind of set you back in terms of, you know, kind of having to take time to recoup and recover. You know, how have you dealt with that in terms of having to take a step back from this, because this, you know, this is so very important to, you know, to you and your family?
Well, a lot of trust. I mean, if I didn't have the trust in my people and with what we've built so far with the company, I think I would have worried more. But you know, I know that Sue can handle things, and Steve's been with us a long time, so it actually did much better than I anticipated it to do, which made me very happy.
And I would imagine that it put some damper on some of the events that I know that you probably would have wanted to do, because now, of course, as active as the season is, there's probably something always going on that you want to do, and having to recoup a little bit. You know, you did get to go to New York, and you know, you made it to Albuquerque, but I'm sure there's many more things that you missed simply because you either weren't feeling up to it, or, you know, just, you know, had to take the time to take care of things.
Not so much as missing things, but missing out on things that were going on at some of those events. I mean, I would have loved to have gotten New York style pizza with everybody else, but you know, I pretty much left the park there and went back and got in bed and stayed in bed till 10 o'clock the next morning. So you know, that's just the big thing, is I just don't have the go get 'em that I like to have. All the energy, and what I do have goes away pretty quick. So.
Well, as far as the eating part of it, is it because it's uncomfortable to eat, or the fact your taste is messed up because of the radiation? What's the holdup with you and food at this point? The
taste buds. Everything I eat tastes like dirt, or worse. It just is unfortunate. This
it's a bad thing for a foodie to have things taste like dirt.
Oh yeah. In fact, I even went to my family doctor and had him sort of petition the radiation oncologist to tell him that my business was food, and that, you know, this was real critical to me. There is a chance that I will never recover my full taste. You know, I think I'm fortunate in the fact that I know how Steve and John, the kitchen manager, make things. What I mean is, I know what their tastes are like, so I can trust what they're doing.
I mean, how does that? I mean, obviously there's a joy in terms of doing what you do, but obviously, you know, taste is a part of it, because you know you want to say, wow, this tastes really good, this is hot, this is, you know, fill in the blank in terms of whatever it is. So, you know, how much joy thus far are you trying to really kind of scrape back and get, you know, with not being able to taste, or not being able to taste much at this point?
There is no joy.
There's no joy.
The taste buds have struck out. You know, it's kind of odd, because I've been able to really taste vanilla this whole time. Chocolate doesn't taste good to me, which is very odd.
Chocolate tastes bad?
Yeah.
We're going to have to put you down, you know that, right?
Oh, I just can't even believe that. The chocolate would be on the no taste because I love chocolate.
Okay. Well, you know, it's kind of, I don't want to say poetic justice, but you know, you had to pick the one cancer that's going to affect the one thing that lets you do your business, which is to make food and taste. So I guess, you know, we consider yourself fortunate, but it really does, you know, I'm sure, put things into perspective, you know, for
well, you. The interesting thing is that they told me I would lose 100% of my tolerance for heat. And of course I haven't been able to test that yet, but that's going to be the fast track, will be the recovery of the heat tolerance.
Mm-hmm. Good, you can be like Linda over here who's filming, and we'll just, you know, we'll dull down the heat, or dial down the heat I should say, so that, you know, we'll have to build you back up from scratch.
I have pretty high tolerance and really love my hot stuff. Love my habaneros and hotter. And,
See, we're so fond of telling people that, you know, the hot and spicy stuff that we eat, it burns your taste buds away, that they grow back. Well, those are not the ones that haven't been sheared off by chemo or radiation. So you've got extra work to do to be able to work with that again. So.
yeah.
But, you know, it's nice to hear. I mean, obviously for us personally who have known you for quite some time now, and a lot of everyone else who's watching, you know, they haven't known what's going on. And people kind of guess, and I'm sure there's probably people out there who have put two and two together to know something's wrong. But, you know, just to be where you are right now, having, you know, been through the surgery and you know, and everything that comes after that, to be to this point, you know, there's a certain will to live test that you have passed.
Yeah.
So, you know, we can you know, wait for the taste buds and stuff to come back, but you know, just to be where you are right now, you saw a lot of people at the cancer center at the James here in Columbus, Ohio, that were doing a lot worse than you, than the same or similar kinds of cancer.
If you go to a place like that, there's no time for you to feel sorry for yourself, because you can see varying degrees of much worse than you. It's a real credit that these people go through this stuff.
Mm-hmm. So anyhow, I know that when you were in the hospital, someone, one of the volunteers at the James came by, and someone who had had a very similar surgery to you, and kind of gave you sort of I guess a sneak preview.
Yeah.
And kind of explained his experience. You know, how comparable, you know, do you think that was from what he told you to what actually happened?
Well, I really don't know, because I never saw him again. And you know, I do want to point out that Joe was the first non-family member who showed up and visited me in the hospital, which I really appreciated. He even beat John, the volunteer that came in, and
I brought you the cologne bottle.
Yeah, yeah.
That wasn't cologne.
No.
There's a bottle of tequila, and I just didn't tell anyone. So.
And most of the nurses really wanted to take that bottle. No, I've got it.
Do they know what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
They would look at it. They would pick it up and look at it.
Okay. I figured if I brought the small bottle, it was safer. Someone wouldn't, you know, try and run away.
Right.
With it,
It's enabled me to keep an eye on it.
Okay.
And that's going to go to some real good use as soon as I get this taste back.
Get that back. Okay.
But it has not been all that bad for me. I have people that have the exact same thing that are close to me in age, that are in my class, if you will, going through the radiation. And it was a lot harder for them. And you know, I really think that part of it was the fact that I didn't take the pain medication that they really wanted me to take, and I think that it's because of the chilies. I hate to relate the two, saying that, you know, suppression of pain from the chilies, but I think there's a lot of science out there that could help back that up a little bit. But just my ability to eat the chilies made it better for me on a pain scale.
Well, you see, I know that you tried their magic mouthwash, didn't you? That was supposed to numb things up.
Yeah, the magic mouthwash was a big disappointment. They hyped that so much, and it would make me cough, and to cough with my throat all raw like that was just not in the books.
See, we're gonna get you to be just like Blair. We're gonna get you into another industry. We're gonna get you. You're gonna take the magic mouthwash, and you're gonna put capsaicin in it, and you're gonna turn it into magic mouthwash for chili heads. So any of the chili heads who have cancer, you know,
is Blair still even doing it?
I don't know. You know,
Biocap?
you know, biocap. But you know, you'll have more target penetration with the audience. Because they'll be like, oh wow, this stuff is for cancer patients.
Well, the one thing that I really don't like is almost every doctor, medical professional, nurse practitioner has told me, don't eat spicy food. And that's out of the question.
Well, you got to tell them the spicy food's why I've lived this long.
Yeah.
So, okay. Anything else that you want people to know? All that short list of questions that I had, I think I've almost used them all up.
Yeah, well, I just want to get people to come to Zest Fest Midwest. Something that we got going on here in Columbus.
All right, an unsolicited plug for our next Chili Head event in Ohio. So. This is not a commercial for Zest Fest Midwest. No animals were harmed in the making of this video. So
no, it just is a thing that it's taken a little while to get things going for it. So it's gotten a little bit of bad press from not being organized, but it really is coming together pretty well. It's just that there's not been a lot said publicly about it. I'm looking forward to a bunch of good people coming.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure the people that are going to be there are looking forward to not only being there, but hopefully being able to have a little bit more of your usual presence when you're at the Chili Heads events. I know that
we're not going to have the true open house sort of thing here on Thursday, but more of a relaxed open house thing. I don't know how many people will be coming in that early. We do have a magazine that will be here. Shooting pictures and doing some things.
Courtesy of Jim Duffy.
Yeah. And we've worked with the editor there ourselves, and we're going to be making some of our hottest stuff. He's really anxious to get involved with that.
Don't kill him, please.
We'll have the Chili Pepper Institute here too. The people from New Mexico State will be here on Thursday, and they'll be here for the whole weekend.
We can get Dr. Boslin to come in so his groupies can attend to him.
No, Dr. Boslin won't make it. He's a little too busy to come see us. But we'll have the program director and the development director will both be here.
Sounds good. All right, Zest Fest Midwest, which is what day?
That is the last weekend in June.
Right, which I think is what, June 28th through
29th,
and 30th. Here at the Ohio State Fairgrounds at the Expo Center.
Expo Center,
yes. So if you haven't looked into that yet, it's out there on the internet. Please check it out. We'll all be there. There'll be a lot of great people here in Columbus for a new Chili Head event, and we're looking forward to it. So, John, I want to thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, keep getting better. We all love you.
Thank you.
All right.
Love you guys too.
Okay. Signing off from Columbus, Ohio. This is the Hot Zone Online. Thanks a lot.